Hi everyone, my name is Shelley and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Wigs, Jewelry for Your Head. And today I'm going to show you how, let me just explain. I think the one thing that is a dead giveaway that you're wearing a wig are the color of your eyebrows. Um, eyebrows theoretically should be the same color as your hair, and I believe that they should also be the same color as the root of a wig. So I'm going to show you how different wigs look with different color eyebrows, just so you have an idea of how that works. Okay, I do right now have my glasses on and I have a mirror down here, so I won't always be looking directly at the camera because I do need to look in the mirror in order to do this. All right, so bear with me and we're going to start with the blondes and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so hold on. This is the first one that I am going to do. Okay, and you can see it's just blonde. There is no different color root at all. Now what I use are pencils, and I have a variety of pencils here to show you. This is the one, this is Wet and Wild, and this is the color Taupe. I use this for, this is not a pale blonde, so this would be also appropriate. I also have, this one is I'm trying to see what it's called. Maybelline brow pencil, and that is the color blonde, according to them. I find that to be a little darker blonde, but that's what it is. This pencil has two sides to it. It has the side that you actually screw, and then you can draw on your eyebrow. And then it has a little side that you can use as a puffy thing that can spread it out and shade it a little better. So I can show you that one. And let's see, I guess that's what I'm going to use. And then I have this one. This is also a Maybelline. This is Expert Wear. And it's just a pencil. And I don't know if you can see the tip of that. Yeah. So that's also a blonde color. Okay. If you're fortunate like me and your eyebrows are gray, it's pretty easy to cover them. If you have really dark eyebrows to begin with, I have seen videos where they take foundation and actually obliterate the eyebrows using the foundation and, you know, put powder on it to set it and then draw on them after that. Okay, so you might want to look, I think, I'm trying to think of his name that does it all the time. Not Spencer. I'll find out what it is and I'll put it down below, but he's wonderful. The way that he just designs faces and everything. So here we go. I'm going to start with this one. So since it's a blonde, I'm going to use my taupe pencil. I like that one. I'm going to be looking in the mirror. I'm sorry I'm not looking at you. Okay, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing while I do this. I'm probably making all kinds of faces as I do this too, so sorry. Okay, now I won't spend a lot of time getting it perfect every time, but just so you can see the difference between what I started with and what I have now, okay? And let's see what it looks like with this wig on. Yeah, and that looks much more natural than the gray eyebrows I started with. And I'm gonna like draw over this with dark pencil so you can see what this would look like with a dark eyebrow, just so you can see that you do want to try to get it as close as you can. In other words, if you have a dark brow pencil and that's what you're used to using, you do not want to use it with this. Okay, here's a dark, this is a Wet and Wild also. I like the Wet and Wild. They go on really easy. They're nice and smooth, I guess. I don't know. They just slide right on. So this is called Pretty in Mink, and it is a brown, all right? And I'm just going to go over that so you can see the difference. All right. Now, dead giveaway that I'm wearing a wig. Absolutely. Okay. This side's good. This side, no. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Let me take that off. I'm going to do auburn next, just to show you. And then we'll go to some rooted ones, and I'll show you what you do with those. And before I start the auburn, I'm going to put it on, and you can see what it looks like with a blonde one and with a brown one. Now, in a pinch, you could probably use this taupe. It's definitely better than this dark brown. All right. But I would recommend using more of an auburn pencil. And I used to have, Wet n Wild used to have a beautiful auburn pencil, but they discontinued it. And so now I just can't get it anymore. So I've been using a couple of different things, which I will show you. All right, let me just take off these eyebrows. The dark brown, of course, is the hardest to, there. Okay, so that's what I start with. Now, auburn pencils. I have a Maybelline brown, medium brown, which looks like this. So that isn't too bad. That's pretty close. I have this, what did I say what this was? This is also the Maybelline with the two ends for the, that I showed you before. This is more for, more of a strawberry blonde color, which this is a little more vibrant than that, so I wouldn't use this for that one. I also have this one, which is pretty close too. This is a Revlon, and it's got the brush on one end, so you can actually brush your eyebrows to get them, if you like that feathery look. And it's got one of those, it's almost gone, but it's got one of those pencil things on the end of it. All right. And then I have this one, which I picked up at the beauty supply store. This is called GoBrow Eyebrow Pencil. And this is rich chocolate brown, ruby kisses. So it's kind of in between. It's like a reddish brown color. All right. I think I'm going to try using this medium brown one first and see how that looks. If not, I'm going to add a little more of this ruby kisses to it. So we'll see. All right. So here we go. This one is not as creamy as the Wet n Wild, so it takes a little more pressure to apply it. The Maybelline. And I do apologize if I'm making faces. I know I make faces when I put on my eyebrows. Okay, now that isn't too bad. It's better than the blonde or the dark brown. I think I'm just going to add a little bit of the kisses. Let's put a little kisses on it, just to see how that, I'll do it on one side so you can see the difference. All right. It's going to have that different, but I think I'm going to go with that. We'll just add a little bit of that. Okay, and that's auburn. Now I'm going to put a dark wig on, and you can see how this is going to look totally not right. Okay, but for auburn wig, this would be perfect. So hold on. I have a really dark brown wig here. Okay. I'm not going to bother trying to style the wigs and all right now because that's not the point of this video. But you can see, dead giveaway, that I am wearing a wig. Totally. All right. Dark brown pencil is what we need. So, let's see what I have here. I have several darker browns. So we're going to pick the one that's closest to this color. All right. I have this one, which has like some reddish brown in it, which I think this does have like a little bit of a red highlight in it. So I'm probably going to use this one. All right. But I also have some other dark brown ones, which I will show you with different wigs. So this one is Wet and Wild, and this is Simma, S-I-M-M-A brown. And that's the color of it. Okay. So let's remove my auburn eyebrows. I should have put a little more soap on this thing than I did. Let's just get that out of there. Most of it off. There. Okay. Kind of back to gray. And now I'm going to put this darker brown pencil on here. And they sell all kinds of things on the market for you to help you design your eyebrows and things. And I know the popular thing today among the young people is doing the dots and making their eyebrows really thick and full. I'm doing them the way I like them on me, but you can certainly do them the way you like them on you. All right. Now, I don't know if this is better. Okay, this is probably... This looks like it might even be a little too dark to me. Let me see. So I'm going to blot it. And just remove some of that brown. There. Okay. So now it looks much more natural. I don't look like I'm wearing a wig anymore. And that's brown. That's the darker color. Now this dark color that I just put on would also be suitable for this wig, which I'm going to put on next, just so you see. This is a wig with a root, okay? And when you have a rooted wig on, you definitely want to match your root. If you try to do your eyebrows the base, you know, the rest of the wig color, it's definitely not going to look right. The combs grabbed my cap again. Sorry. Okay. My friend Jasmine's wearing this one right now. But this wig starts with a base of this reddish, a brown with like a reddish base in it, which is what we did with the eyebrows. But it goes into this beautiful autumn orange and even a darker at the bottom. Okay, Now, people might say, well, why aren't you using like auburn? Because the most of the wig is auburn. And I think you agree now that I've showed you the difference between, you know, if you have auburn eyebrows and you put on a dark brown, it's automatically, you can see it right away. So the root of this wig is dark. All right. Now, this looks very natural. It does not look like other than the fact that this is really crazy hair. It does not look like I'm wearing a wig at all because my eyebrows match all the root of my hair, which is how your hair grows and your eyebrows match. Anyway, so let's try a different one. This one. I'm going to go back to a lighter brown with this one. We'll come back to that one. I want to go back to the lighter brown with that one. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to this lady over here. This is a even darker brown than what I have on. So rather than just take this off and start over, I'm just going to use the darker pencil and go right over it because I've got these darker ones now. Okay, so this is, I have one for New York City, dark brown, and I have a Wet and Wild. This is Pretty in Mink, it's called, which is also a dark brown. So we'll just go right over what I have here. All right, so they're even darker now. And I've got this wig. Okay. This wig has a very, well, it doesn't come across that way on the camera, does it? Okay. Let's hold her for later then, and I'll change it because on the camera it's not showing up. This one should. Has a very dark brown root. I don't know if you can see, it's dark. So I'm going to put this one on, and you can see how that looks. You can hear my cat crying, right? Because he decided he wants to come up. He's right here. Okay, and again, I think it's not on camera, it's coming across not as dark, so I'm just going to lighten that up just a little bit. And you'll do the same thing. You just play with it until it gets to be the color you want. There. All right. And now it doesn't look like I'm wearing a wig. It looks natural. It looks like I just had my hair dyed. Okay. And I'll go back to that other one. Oops. Combs it caught again. The hazards of trying to wear a wig cap. I do the wig cap because I have such long hair. I try to contain it easier. And I found that the clips tend to catch on the inside caps of the wig, so I don't use those. I just put one of these meshy ones on because they breathe easily. All right, so there's one more color. Well, I could do the lighter brown. Let's do the lighter brown one here. We'll go back to that. I'll just do that first, and then we'll go to the really dark, the charcoal color. just going to lighten this up quite a bit. Okay. Now this color, which to me, you know, to my eye here, of course, this is the camera gives it, and the ring light gives it a different color. It almost looks like it has a lighter brown base than the way I see it myself. But I'm going to do it the way the camera is showing it so that you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So we want to do that medium brown. Let's try that. And again, I really like the Wet n Wild better than these Maybelline ones. The Wet n Wild just slides right on. So that's what I recommend. All right. Now this has a band on it. So it takes like an extra step to put it on. So bear with me. And again, I don't like the center part. It doesn't do me any favors. So I always spin mine a little bit. Okay. But now you can see, and I could go a shade darker. So I'm going to put a little bit of darker on this. And you can play with this at home. It's fun. You know, just get all your pencils out and say, well, which one works? So I want my Simmer Brown. Where is that? Right here. Let's do a little bit of darker. Right? And now I don't look like I'm wearing a wig. It's amazing, isn't it? The other thing you can do, I don't know, I learned this from Tia Maria, is to put powder in the part. Did I bring that with me so I can show it to you? Let me see. Yes. So I use this Milani powder, and mine is in the color Fair Pale 01 because I have such light skin. But this is oh yeah, you can't really tell. There it is. Now you can see what color it is. Okay, and she sells these brushes which are perfect to do this. If I have it here, I'll show it to you. Thought I did. Yes, here it is. Okay, it looks like this. See, it's like a very narrow little brush. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. It's really narrow. All right, so you just pick up a little powder and you just slide it right in the part. And then it really hides that. And no one knows. I get a lot of compliments on this particular wig. So I have it in 3 different colors. I have this color, which I think is tiramisu, and I have it in the golden amber, and then I have it in the cinnamon brown. The cinnamon brown has a slightly darker base than this, but the golden amber, I think, and this one are pretty much similar. So that's how this looks. Now I'm going to move on to the much darker color, because I know some people have really dark hair, you know, or like to wear the really dark wigs. So I'll put this away. Did I have another one that was that color that I wanted to show you that I said, wait a minute? Oh yeah, this one. This is the same, similar thing as that. So I'll just put it on quick just to show you. The little net is caught on my stand there. This is a different kind of a thing. I got this from, where did I get this? Paula Young. It's a Paula Young wig. And this is one of their, supposed to be European tops. So you can see, it's almost a golden brown, this one. Okay. So what I have on is probably going to be too dark, but we will see, right? Well, that's the whole point of doing this exercise. So let me show you. Okay. Now I guess I can get away with this color, but you could go lighter too. But this color isn't bad with the crown of the wig. It's not too bad. I would probably go more with my Ruby Kisses chocolate brown. That might make it even better. All right. I can try to lighten it up a little bit. Let's see. I usually just use soap and water, and I forgot to bring my little thing of soap over here, so bear with me. They're all water soluble, which is great. Okay, so now you can see this is too light for what I'm wearing. I mean, eyebrows like that, giveaway, right? Let's try this one. This is my chocolate brown, which might be, I think it's going to be too light, but we'll see. Yeah, it's too light. The darker color was better. Don't you agree? I mean, you can see that it doesn't go. So that darker color I had on originally is closer to the root. And this would also be a giveaway. The other one was not. All right. Now I'm going to move on to really, really dark. Falling apart again. Okay. So for this one, I have a dark pencil. I don't often wear really dark colors like this because I have such pale skin. So sometimes I look like Death Woman Topher. But the one thing you can do when you're doing that is to wear a nice rose, really rose, if you're pale like me. Adjust your makeup, basically, is what I'm trying to say, to go with whatever color wig you have on. Blush, eyeshadow, foundation even. You can really alter the way you look. All right. So here's this really dark pencil. I'm just going to go over what's here right now. Okay. Now this is to go with these wigs that I have right here and right here. This is one of those gray with the dark, really dark root and the silver gray. And because the root is so dark, I can't just go with my gray eyebrows because it would look totally crazy. All right, so now you can see that that is more of a match for this hair. Okay. And to show you a color, because yesterday I did a whole video on all different colors. Well, you might not have seen it yesterday. I did a whole video on all different colored wigs, and you would want to choose a pencil that is close to the tone of those wigs. So like the pinks, you'd probably want to go with the taupes and things that you'd wear with the blondes. Unless you really want to make a statement and you just want to put on black eyebrows with your pink wig. I mean, that's entirely up to you. If a wig has a root in it, like that pink one that I showed you that had the root, you would match the root in that pink wig. The purples, depending on whether it's a pale purple, then you'd want to go more with the taupey and paler colors. If it's a dark, deep dark purple, you could go with the dark brown, or even with a dark black, depending on your skin tone and how you want to look at it. So they're fun to play with. I'm going to show you the blue one that I had on yesterday, the denim blue, because that has the black root. And I know yesterday, of course, I didn't do my eyebrows dark, so it was kind of a dead giveaway that I was wearing a wig. But when I put this on, you'll see what a difference it is with the dark eyebrows. I'll brush it aside so you can see them. Oh, you tease it a little bit. Get it out of my face. There. Okay. And voila. Now I don't look like I'm wearing a wig. It looks like my own hair that I've had treated at a salon. It's amazing. So I think I've showed you all of them. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Bye.